I haven't done this since I think August of last year. It has really been a while since I talked about the Oscars like this. Why is that? I don't know. Maybe I'm just too busy talking about like Lilo and Stitch. But the Oscars will always be a part of my channel and a part of my interest with the movies. So now we are in July, and before you know it, the fall festivals will soon be starting. It is absolutely crazy how fast the year goes by. So I figured now is a good time to talk about the upcoming 2026 Oscars. We're just going to go through the above the line category because I cannot be asked to do below the line right now. I'll do that at a later date. All right, enough foreplay. Let's just get into it here. So for these Oscars, I can't tell how basic I'm being. I can't tell what's a swing, what's not. If I'm being totally honest, I haven't really kept up with other people's stuff. I will rectify that soon. So I don't know what's a swing, what's not, if I'm just straight up copying people. I really don't know. But let's start with Best Picture in the top 5. Okay, so I know you see The Sinners and you definitely feel a certain way about that. My thing is projection. When myself and like others predicted Everything Everywhere All at Once and some people said that was stupid back then, it was not because they weren't wrong at the time, but it's because we were projecting. We are predicting that it will be on the up and up by the time voting comes around. And I think that'll happen. If you ask me right now, yeah, Sinners doesn't really feel like it's still that much on the top of people's mind, even though I think it low-key is. But regardless, I know with the influx of all the fall festival movies, as more people begin to see it, the Sinners hype will go down. I am projecting that it will go back up and peak at the right time because I think this is the movie that we see every year that people A, feel good about voting, B, has a quality, and C, a low-key underrated part, everyone wants to be by the cast. People are just enamored by the cast because Sinners really has it all. So I am simply projecting that Sinners will soon climb up out of the dip and it will peak at the right time. That's what I'm projecting. If it's wrong, it's wrong. I really don't care. It feels like it's the right time for something like this. And quite frankly, whether or not you like it, it is the definitive movie of the year so far. To a sentimental value, I simply cannot wait for this movie. It did not need to win the Palme d'Or for it to be taken seriously. It just had to get something and it did that. By all accounts, it is a completely agreeable, one of the best movies of the year. I really don't need to talk about it that much. I'm keeping it at 2. Marty Supreme has fluctuated a lot for people. It used to be a lot of people's number 1. It is definitely the one I'm the most interested in probably. But until we see some trailers or some new images or something, I mean, I'm just going to keep it in there. I could see it completely falling out depending on what kind of movie it actually is. It might just be too insane of a movie. It might not be what we are expecting, but I'm not going to move it off right now. It's at number 3. 4 is Begonia. We just got a teaser trailer for it. I think it looks fantastic. Exactly what you expect out of a Yorgos Lanthimos movie. Don't give me the Kinds of Kindness stuff. This is more in line with what he's been recognized for. I'm keeping it there. In 5, I have Jay Kelly because it's Baumbach. The cast is good. The synopsis of this movie is good, like a coming of age, but for adults. And there's already very, very positive word of mouth on this movie already. So I'm keeping it there. That's the top 5. Rounding out the top 10, let me get to it. Okay, Wicked for Good. I cannot believe I still get threats about Wicked to this day, but it's okay. We move on. There's nothing for me to really doubt with this movie about the first one. The main question for me is, how will the sequel play? Will it play to its strength, and will they nominate it or give it more wins than the first? Or because it's a sequel, will it go the other way and it'll be less because they feel like we just did this? Very curious to see where that stands, but for Best Picture, I see no reason to take it out. 7 is One Battle After Another. I am simply keeping this in the bottom half of the 10 until it gets released, until my eyeballs have seen it. I talked to some people who have seen it at a test screening. They all like it. They are kind of cinephiles though, so I am a little bit hesitant on that and see how it'll play. I have heard no one say it's their favorite PTA, but that might not matter. Is Licorice Pizza someone's like favorite PTA? Like, I don't even know. And then 8, 9, and 10, I actually didn't know what to do, so I'm hedging my bets. I'm putting another Netflix movie in with Frankenstein. Netflix can definitely juggle more than one nominee in Best Picture. Guillermo del Toro, The Text, it's there. 9 is After the Hunt. I was initially gonna remove After the Hunt because I think, at least from the vibes I'm getting and from people's talking, I feel like people are off After the Hunt. And I don't exactly know why. I thought people were totally in on this movie. I don't know what has happened or if I'm making a straw man argument, but I'm keeping it there at 9. Now 10 is an interesting slot. I have to go with some other international movie, and why not go with the Palme d'Or winner? It's simply trying to guess which international film will really take the reins besides sentimental value, which I think everyone agrees upon. So why not go for this? Why not? What else is it going to be? I guess we'll talk about it. So that's my 10. We'll see what happens there. Next in line, I only go up to 20. Avatar. Never know what to do with Avatar. I mean, I feel like I'm doubting James Cameron, even though I cannot wait for this movie. Springsteen, I guess I could. I mean, it happens every year, and I guess I should learn from a complete unknown, but like, I don't know. It's not James Mangold, though, you know? No other choice. Neon picked that up, so that is interesting, but Neon has a lot of stuff going on, so I don't know what to do with that. Is this thing on? The new Bradley Cooper movie, it might come out this year. It might not, so that's a placeholder. Rental Family, because it's Searchlight, and I guess that has the makings of something, but we'll see. Hamnet from Chloe Zhao, not sure. Secret Agent, shout out Brazil. House of Dynamite, the new Catherine Bigelow movie. Another Netflix one for both of them, for A Ballad of the Small Player, and just F1 because I guess there's tech potential, but really, you know, whatever. Best Director, if I have Sinners winning, why wouldn't I have Ryan Coogler win as well? I will say it's a little interesting. It feels in between the Jordan Peele Get Out nomination and also the Denis Villeneuve Dune snubs. Like, it feels somewhere in the middle there. So maybe I shouldn't have him at number 1, but again, you got to ride with what you do. Joachim Trier for Sentimental Value, Josh Safdie. International with Jafar Panahi, it was just an accident. And I did put Yorgos Lanthimos, even though I will admit I almost took him out just because I do wonder if eventually they're going to start being like, all right, we get it. Motherfucker's weird. Let's do something else. But I'm not going to do that yet. I don't have the balls for that. So we'll keep it there. Then the rest, I mean, Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another. Again, he just has so much goodwill that it might not matter how much people actually love the movie. He could just get in anyways. Del Toro, you always have to take into account. Park Chan-wook for No Other Choice. That'd be amazing. Guadagnino, Noah Baumbach. Catherine Bigelow, Chloe Zhao. That's another option. But again, I only put up to 10. So that's that. Best Actress, Renata Reinsve for Sentimental Value. I feel like I should give it something. And I think Sentimental Value will be very close in the Best Picture race. I almost put it at number 1, so it has to have some form of package. Julia Roberts, After the Hunt. You've heard too many good things about it. That's fine. Cynthia Erivo for Wicked for Good. I'm cool with that as well. And then to hedge my bets, because I didn't know what to do with Emma Stone, what category she's in, because I've seen different things or I've heard different things. I have Jessie Buckley and Hamnet and Jennifer Lawrence and Die My Love. I like having a nominee that isn't from a Best Picture nominee, so I'm cool with that. And I feel like Jennifer Lawrence especially, it always kind of feels, doesn't it feel big when she's in a movie with a role like this, apparently? So doesn't that feel like that? Then the rest, you can see Emma Stone and Begonia. Again, if she's supporting, I will simply move her. That's fine. It's not a big deal. Tessa Thompson and Hedda, which is going to TIFF, which is exciting. Interested to see that. Amanda Seyfried and Anne Lee, the musical. We'll see about the Christy Martin biopic with Sydney Sweeney and Rose Byrne, because you've heard a lot of good buzz about that. Best Actor, I'm going to keep Timothée Chalamet for Marty Supreme. Again, with the movie I'm envisioning in my head, it makes sense. Jeremy Allen White, if Springsteen is in Best Picture, I would be a lot more scared about this, and it's very possible that it gets in Best Picture. He looks like he's going pretty crazy on those singing concert scenes from the trailer. So that is very possible as well. Please give him back his blue eyes. Jesse Plemons and Begonia. Lanthimos almost always gets something in for acting, so you got to put Jesse Plemons in there. I will go with Wagner Moura for The Secret Agent. Maybe you can say I'm pandering. I really don't think so. Again, I'm trying not to be so like American-centric. And having said that, I am doing something that might be stupid to some people. I'm going to do a big snub because I feel like there always is one, even when it feels locked. I'm going to snub George Clooney, and I'm putting in Michael B. Jordan. Again, I'm riding the wave. I am simply riding the wave of Sinners and hoping that it will overperform. And I feel like this is it. I don't know if people think he has like a scene. To me, he does. Like, to me, I see the scenes in my head. So I don't really know. Maybe I'm just too in love with Sinners. You can call me that too. Daniel Day-Lewis in Anemone. I mean, it's Daniel Day-Lewis. That felt weird leaving him off, but again, can I see something? I want to see something before I start putting him in. Leonardo DiCaprio for One Battle After Another. We'll see how that goes. Willem Dafoe for Late Fame and Oscar Isaac for Frankenstein. You never know. You never know with Del Toro. Supporting, I mean, the musical supporting actress wins just continues to go, and I will continue that with Ariana Grande for Wicked for Good. We'll see. Again, we'll see how Wicked for Good does more or less. 2 and 3 have both Sentimental Value supporting actresses, and it makes sense to put Elle Fanning above just because she is the bigger star, but we'll see. We'll see who's the critical darling here. Gwyneth Paltrow and Laura Dern round out the 5 just because once you go below that, then it's you got to be taking some swings if you don't. Io Debris for After the Hunt, it would make sense for me to put her in, but I actually don't know how big the role is. Emily Blunt in The Smashing Machine, maybe the trailer is just misleading, but it looks like a very standard like wife or girlfriend role to the lead male actor. Like that's what it looks like, and frankly, those do get nominated sometimes, so she's in there. Jennifer Lopez for Kiss of the Spider Woman. We'll see. That might be Lionsgate's biggest contender, I guess. So we'll see how big the campaign is. Rebecca Ferguson in A House of Dynamite, if I assume that is an ensemble piece. And Glenn Close, Wake Up Dead Man, A Knives Out Mystery. There's always at least one Knives Out actor / actress that just gets talked about. So maybe she's the one. Supporting actor Stellan Skarsgård in Sentimental Value. I have seen raves and raves about his performance. And from the trailer that just dropped, I'm cool with that as well. Adam Sandler and Jay Kelly. Hopefully this is it. I absolutely love The Sandman. Uncut Gems plus Hustle. Maybe that's good enough for now for them to be like, okay, like you did it. Well, here you are. We respect you as a dramatic actor. Andrew Garfield After the Hunt. Stephen Graham for Springsteen. I didn't know who to put for Springsteen. I just put Stephen Graham. Maybe that was a mistake, and I should just go with Jeremy Strong because he is billed in the trailer as well. We'll see. And I made a last-minute change. I did put Delroy Lindo in Sinners. I have this fear that, and this is going to sound contradictory, even though I'm boosting Sinners in other categories, I have this fear that because there's Delroy Lindo and Miles Caton, that Sean Penn in One Battle After Another, who I've heard is good, will kind of leapfrog them and get it. But I don't want to manifest that necessarily, so I'm just going to put Delroy Lindo in, whatever. Miles Caton at 7, Jeremy Strong at 8. Jacob Elordi as Frankenstein, probably not. He's going to be caked up in makeup, but you never know. And Paul Mescal in Hamnet, I don't know if I'm making this up, but I swear I heard he has a small role. I could be completely making that up, but that's what I've heard. So that's at 10. Again, don't quote me on that. Original screenplay, I mean, nothing much to talk about here. This is really where you can go with Sinners or Sentimental Value, depending on who you have winning Best Picture. Will be a very important award, as it almost always is. Adapted, if One Battle After Another ends up being PJ's Oscar, it's going to feel very weird looking back on it in his career, which is almost why it makes sense to put at number 1. But just how I'm envisioning each movie, I feel like Begonia is the more of the typical screenplay winner. So I'll go with that. One Battle After Another. Frankenstein. Springsteen, I guess. And until proven otherwise, I will keep having a Knives Out movie in screenplay, because if Glass Onion could get in, why not Wake Up Dead Man? However, no other choice would be very exciting for me personally. So those are my quick above the line Oscar predictions. You know, when it's just myself here, I don't like to ramble on and on and on about it. So feel free to yell at me in the comments. Let me know what your predictions are, as well as Oscar season eventually will be here before we know it. Please subscribe. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.